My most disliked video in YouTube is the 10 features DVD removed that actually made the game fun. A video I posted recently, and I think it's good. It has a 93.5 dislike ratio. And in all honesty, I like the fact when the community disagrees with me. Because in that matter, it kind of shows a bit of the disconnect. I might be wrong about something. Just because I made a video on it doesn't mean that it's something that the majority of the community thinks should happen. Mainly, that video was just a smattering of, I found these bugs to be fun. Maybe we could introduce some of these as a feature in the game. And some people are like, no, absolutely repulsive. For talk videos like these, I think it's important to kind of put your opinion out there, because you never really know who's kind of like reading the comments, especially when a YouTube video could be the difference between a perk getting nerfed, an in-game mechanic getting changed. You never know if like a developer's kind of reading the comments and be like, oh, Coconut made this video. Does that mean everything that he says should be true? No, not necessarily. Let's see what the people think. Oh, okay. No, this would be terrible for the game. Just because I think that pig should be able to dash above like main building or something, or that they should add fake vaults as a perk probably, or that they should add space ability, doesn't mean that they actually should do it. As a matter of fact, if you don't like it, you should push back on it. That's the whole beauty about these talk videos, is that you guys let the developers know, since they do watch a lot of content from DBD.
Do devs ever watch content creators' Dead by Daylight YouTube videos?
Yes, many do, and often.
They get a better idea of what the community actually wants. And just because I'm a content creator for this game doesn't mean I'm right all the time. This is why I interviewed the 3-gen Singularity player who likes to hold people hostage. I came of the opinion that people who hold a 3-gen setup are like evil human beings, and they make the game boring for people, and they intentionally try to make the game worse for the survivors. But I was like, wait a second, let's talk to one. Let's find out what he's thinking. Maybe there is a reason why he does this. Maybe there's some underlying issue, some underlying lesson we can learn by listening to somebody who thinks something completely opposite of me. And from that conversation, I learned they're kind of getting rid of killer play styles. Some players wanted more variety in their games. Some people just kind of want to have fun, even if it is that sadistic, hardcore playstyle of intensity, highlighting underlying issues, jumping the gun to demonize him. And I would not have obtained some underlying feelings of how certain community members feel about the particular game, which is important, because we all want Dead by Daylight to get better. So we take opinions of different viewpoints and then we combine them to get a bigger picture of the whole, which is good. Especially in a game where there's 4 survivors and 1 killer, 2 teams want completely opposite things. If one side gets ignored, then they completely suffer due to certain changes. This must be why sometimes DBD does feel like politics, where it's 2 political parties going at it because they want 2 opposite things all the time. This conglomeration of people of opposing ideas, negotiating, and coming to a middle ground is just the type of ecosystem we need if you want to move things in a good direction. As when I highlighted those 10 features in that video, I assumed the community wanted more chaos and a shakeup in gameplay mechanics. So I thought of some that veterans liked, but in turn, I didn't have the foresight to understand that some of these skilled mechanics would actually hurt newer players. This brings us to another topic of how many skilled mechanics do we want to remove and water the game down to the point so that it's fun for new players, but we don't completely remove all the fun for veteran players. But we also want to understand that some people will abuse things to annoy other people just because they can. That's a difficult conversation, and I don't think we would have had something like that if it weren't for such a clash of ideas when bringing up a topic like this. Disagreement is good, and I'm fine being wrong about certain topics, because at the end of the day, conversations like these are what the game needs. And that's why I want to address these points, because on a lot of the DBD forums, I see people having opinions that are just getting shut down because they think someone else thinks this way. I'm going to automatically ignore everything that you said just because you disagree with me. Oh, you said this thing, but I believe this thing, so I'm just going to completely ignore what you say about this other thing. Just because I disagree with you about this one thing, the rest of your argument's invalid. Not always. Because behind every action, there's always some sort of underlying reason. It may evoke an emotion out of us, but if we completely shut out opinions that we disagree with all the time, it is difficult to get to the root cause and understand our problems. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I just wanted to make a video on that. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. A little bit of a rant, but yeah, peace.